Luke Davis here for Shaymen TV, joined by Chris Millington. 2-0 defeat. What are your thoughts on the game?
I don't believe at any stage we really look like the team that we're building and trying to be, and we didn't compete for enough. So yeah, very disappointed.
Certainly a baptism of fire for yourself. Is it one of the probably a worst possible start for the season?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a defeat at any time is disappointing, but when you've built up so well, and we believe we were in such a good position and really ready, and I think we can't afford to carry people in any game, but certainly first game of the season we can't afford to carry anyone. I think we had to carry too many today.
So as you mentioned, Barnet really dominated from the start, and possibly we were lucky to be 1-0 down when they did get the goal.
We were just talking about that in the changing room there. They deserved that. They deserved that lead at the time when they got it, and we've got to give Barnet some credit, because what they did very well. They were athletic, they were aggressive in the play, they looked to play forward quickly, and they had a system which they affected and performed very well in.
Yeah, I mean, certainly in the second half, a slight glimmer of hope. We looked to be building into it. Then obviously the worst possible scenario, and Jamie Stock gets sent off.
Yeah, and that's frustrating as well. I mean, we're not about excuses, and we back the referees and the officials. I think there is a little frustration today around some inconsistencies. Times when we felt there were decisions that went one way that didn't go the other, and that was one of those occasions. A minute before, we'd had a very similar situation where we were the victim. Millie Ali was the victim of a very similar situation, and nothing was given. And then moments later, Jamie Stock's penalised the way he is. So that makes it all the more difficult, when you're finding that it's hard to advise and coach the lads because the decisions were going the way they were.
Of course, so after that sending off, we had been building something, but straight back to square one.
Yeah, and trying to make sure that we're compact and we don't concede. Unfortunately, we did, but that was with the genuine effort of trying to push to try and get something out of the game. We were committing more men forward than a lot of teams would when they're down to 10 men, because I've said it a number of times, we want to try and win every game whether we're down to 10 men or not. So the downside of that is we leave ourselves open to the counter attack, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, of course, and that just killed any sort of chance we had in the game.
It did.
Obviously looking ahead now, obviously a week off, and then it's on to Torquay.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to get the lads right, and got maybe one or two selection headaches that I didn't want to have at this stage. I wanted the right type of selection headaches, and we've got to review the game, have a look back. There's not an awful lot I can comment on tactically, because I think there were just some basics not right today that we need to get right for Torquay.
And of course some crucial players missing out today. Matt Warburton, Keane Spence, Jesse Denborough, all injured.
Yeah, Warby and Jesse, precautions really, carrying small knocks from yesterday in training, and Keane is very close now, so he's very close to recovering from the injury he was carrying over from last season.